Hi. Yo. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever time you feel like listening to me, if you're new here, thank you. If you've been here, I appreciate you. This is Mike, and you are tuning in to Chasing Wins with Mike. This is episode 3. And on this podcast, we talk about sports, and more sports, or what about what's going on in the wonderful world of sports. Now, normally I record this twice a week, and I'm trying to get my recording days together. I normally going to record after Monday Night Football, so that will be a Tuesday, and then I record again on a Friday after Thursday Night Football to get everyone ready for Week 5. I don't just talk about football here. I talk about baseball, basketball, soccer, and all kind of other things that's going on in sports. But right now, what's going on in sports right now? The biggest thing is the NFL. This is NFL season, and we are rocking in Week 6. The NFL season is moving on, and moving strong. So we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm not here to talk your head off. I'm gonna be real quick and just hop right into the show. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart right there. So let's get to it, man. Week 5 then came and gone. Now, normally I sit here and I go through the wins and the losses and the this and the that and the that and the this and the this and that. But like I said, I'm late to the party. So excuse me for my tardiness. Um, Let me just break it down like this, right? Surprising teams and it came out. The Lions is doing pretty good. The Bears are not, but we'll just see. Because, like I said, this is Week 5. Do I have a lot of concerns about what team is going to be what and which team is going to be this and that and the third? Honestly, no. Because to tell you the honest to God truth, right now, it's still an early season. It's still a lot of games to be played, believe it or not. But the one team that I am surprised of the Atlanta Falcons. Now, here on this show, I am not a fan of the Houston Texans, and although I am from Houston, believe it or not, but I'm not a fan of Houston Texans. As you can see, still a fan, but we're gonna get to them later. But I will have to say this about the Houston Texans, and I'm gonna make it real quick and light. They did good. They did good, and but they end up losing against the Falcons. So it works out. But the Falcons is actually playing good. But they are my surprise team of the year. The Detroit Lions, they're one of my surprise teams of the year as well too. But I kind of seen this happen last year because I was a fan of their series on Hard Knocks. So hey man, this is like Detroit is going to go to the playoffs. They haven't been to the playoffs in a very long time. So salute, shout out to them. They have a great coach. And yeah, man, hey, they're doing their thing. The 49ers is doing well as expected. I mean, it is the 49ers. Their head coach is like a wizard when it comes down to their offense, unlike other teams that doesn't have very much good offense, but that's either here or there. Patrick Mahomes is always going to be Patrick Mahomes. I don't really see if they won that game on Thursday or not, but I do know they played their rivals, the Broncos. The Broncos has been a disappointment. And shout out to my uncle Shannon Sharp. I hope one day he watches this show. I know he's hurting right now, but Kansas City is 5-1, and the Broncos are just absolutely playing terrible. I don't know what Denver is doing. Sean Payton, I am a fan of Sean Payton. I am a fan of Sean Payton and Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, those two are my two top coaches. And of course, Big Red. But I am a fan of Sean Payton of the tremendous job that he did in New Orleans. But it's surprising to see that they starting the season off with 1-5. So, Bronco Nation, I feel your pain because boy, if I was 1-5, I'd be hurt right now. But I think it's gonna be a fire sale when it come down to the Denver Broncos because there's gonna be some people that's gonna go. Will Russell Wilson be one of those people? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out with that. Now, I'm moving strong. In latest news, I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot hasn't been too surprising and too off the wall when it comes down to the beginning of the NFL season. Right now, like I said, it's week 5. Week 5 is over. We in week 6. You got your wins, you got your losses. The Jets is doing pretty good. They won their game. It was 23-20 against the Vikings. Hey man, hey. That's a win is a win. So I take that. The Chargers, I like the Chargers, but do I see Justin Herbert taking them anywhere? Who knows? Who knows? But like I said, this is the beginning. This is very still fresh, it's still young. You'll see what team is going to pull away from the pack when it hits week 10. Now, with that being said, I have to go to my next. My next. I'm just gonna put it out here. Okay, there we go. Boom. My Steelers, love them or hate them. Now, I'm not gonna make this be a Steelers show every single episode, but hey, I am a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've been loving them. I've been rocking with them since 2005. So you do the math on that. Many years. And yes, I am 39 years old. And yes, all these gray hairs is probably responsible of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I am married, and I do have a son as well too. So that plays hand in hand. But who's there to judge? But I will say this about my Pittsburgh Steelers: they did play well in Week 5 against the Ravens. Now, did I like it? No. Did I? Am I happy that they won? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm always going to be happy that the Steelers won, but our offense is still slow. Our offense do not pick up. Our offense is not a fire starter offense. We didn't start getting it going until, if I'm not mistaken, until the second half. Now, mind you, I didn't see the whole game because I'm here in Houston, so they play it on CBS or not, or if they do, whatever. I don't have the NFL package. I said that once before, that YouTube is out of their minds for $300 and something a month. But hey, man, if you got it, you got it. But I just know that even if I did have it, I probably wouldn't spend that much money. But this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I probably might. Long story short story long. I didn't see the game, but I was keeping up with the scores. We didn't pick up our offense until the second half. That's still a problem with me. That's still an issue. It is still a problem with our offense. Do I believe that we're going to go far this year? No. Sorry. I don't. And I'm being real. And I know one day, somehow, some Pittsburgh fan is going to probably come after me, but I got to keep it 100. It's not like I don't have faith in my team. I love my team. We can be 0-17 or 17-0. Doesn't matter. I'm still rooting for my boys. Long story short story long. Our offense is just not picking it up. And to be honest with you, to tell you the truth, the Ravens really had us. They had us for most of the game. We just capitalized on their mistakes. Now, you do got that one play that Kenny Pickett threw to George Pickens. That's what we need to see. That's what we need to see. F all of this conservative football. It's week 5. Here it is. It's week 6. If you don't pick it up, you're going to be left behind. Everybody know how this thing works. So my point is, what I'm trying to say is, do I love them? Of course. Do I hate them? Sometimes I do. I really do. But this was a great response of that massacre that happened in my city, in Houston. If you go back and you look at the last episode that I did, I was very disappointed. But at the end of the day, it's still a nation over other nations. And I just have to, just wait and see. This Matt Canada thing got to be over. This Matt Canada relationship with my Pittsburgh Steelers has got to end. I'm sorry. This is over. It's like the disrespect of it all with these weak ass halfback screens and these little 1, 2, 3 yard plays and all this and that and the third, when you got Lamar Jackson running it in and Lamar's getting all his receivers and stuff involved. Bro, we got to pick it up, because let me tell you something, our defense is not going to be able to play like that all the time. And shout out to Joey Porter Jr. Joey Porter Jr. came up with the clutch interception, and Joey Porter Jr. needs to start. Simple. Just imagine if Joey Porter Jr. probably would have started with the Texans. Who knows how that game would have went? He's young. He's ready. He's really have been groomed to play football and been groomed to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. His daddy used to be a linebacker, Joey Porter Sr. Let's be clear. And if you don't know who that is, go back and look at his highlights. Number 55. He came off the edge. He did one amazing job on Peyton Manning in the AFC. I think it was the AFC semi game, but the game before the big game, and then you go into the Super Bowl. But long story short, short story long, I'm praying for my Steelers. I'm praying for my Steelers. We gonna have us a very tight schedule. I know that we're gonna go against the Rams, and Aaron Donald is that still that guy. Do I believe our offensive line can do a good job against Aaron Donald? I don't think they can. But we do have a rookie that did a good job holding it down with, Kenny Pickett. But I'm not trying to talk all out both sides of my mouth here when I say that I'm kind of like up and down with my Steelers. Do I think that we're gonna go to the playoffs? Yes. Do I think we're gonna go far? No. I'm just being real. Because this offense that we got is starting to decline. We did good last week, but let's see what we're gonna do this week. Or let's see what we're gonna do the week before or the week before. The thing is with the NFL, you gotta have it on. When it's on, it's on. You can't turn it off. And that one week you play bad, and the next week you play bad. I have seen teams that in all week 17, they didn't play good, but then they get that one week. Well, I'm sorry, they get that bye, and they get that other week, and they're in the playoffs. And guess what? That was the one week that they played bad, and then they was out the playoffs, and the season is over with. That's just the way how it is. Is you can say it's fair, it's not fair, but whatever. At the end of the day, I'm still rocking with my Steelers, but I am not satisfied with their offensive play. We just got to get it together. And I know someone else is not satisfied with their offensive play. Mr. Turnover Dak. I used to listen to Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless when they was together. Tears. I miss Undisputed. And speaking about Undisputed, I have not heard Undisputed with this new ramped with all of these Pro Bowlers that Skip got. And by the way, it's like a love fest because he doesn't really have like anyone to go against his Dallas Cowboys every year. I mean, every episode because he has a Michael Irvin right there, and then he has a Deion Sanders that chime in too. So anyway, that's another story for another day. But shout out to Skip Bayless and everything, whatever. But long story short, short story long, I remember Shannon Sharp used to say that Dak Prescott was a turnover machine. I really didn't see it then. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not see that Dak Prescott was a turnover machine, but Lord have mercy. Once again, I know that I'm late to the party. I know that I'm late to the party. But Dak Prescott, big dummy. That man threw that ball to everybody besides the Dallas Cowboy. Seriously, my TV is behind me, so I'm on the computer working, doing what I do. Long story short, I look behind and to see what was going on. Dak Prescott done threw the ball again to somebody else. He threw the ball again to another 49er. Crazy. All right. 49ers get the ball, they score, they up. Now the Cowboys are back on the game, back on the fall. Back on the offense, yada yada yada. I look back again. Dak Prescott done threw the ball to someone else. He threw the ball to another 49er. It's like, bro, what is you doing? You turned over the ball twice in every single play. Dak Prescott is really a turnover machine. Dallas has got to be concerned. As good as Dallas defense is, that was a terrible performance. And I could just imagine that Jerry Jones is ready to cut the boy loose. Cut him loose, get him out the way. But do I feel bad about the Dallas Cowboys? Absolutely not. I don't give two shits about the Dallas Cowboys, period. No disrespect, but I'm just not a Dallas Cowboy fan. I got more respect for the Texans. I know I just said no disrespect, but then I'm bigging up the Texans. But man, come on now. It's Dallas. It's the Cowboys. I don't have no hatred towards them, but I'm just don't like the Cowboys. I don't. And I'm part of that hate of the Dallas Cowboys. I know I'm talking on the both sides of my mouth because I said I don't hate them, but then I turned around and I said I do hate them. But who likes who would love to see more drama in the Big D than anybody else in football? It's a lot of people that love to see it. We live for it. We love to hear it. That's why they always on prime time because it's a soap opera every single time. So when Dak Prescott threw those interceptions, oh trust me, on Monday everybody was lighting him up. You even had Stephen A. Smith every year. Every time when they lose, he has a cowboy hat that comes on. He comes on with a cowboy hat with a cigar in his mouth with a jersey. This is what we live for, football fans. If you are a non-Dallas Cowboy fan, you really root against the Cowboys. There's not one person that's a non-Dallas Cowboy fan that root against the Cowboys. So we love to see this. We love to see them lose. We love to see them fall from the top, and then they back down to the bottom because they was all hooping and yelling, screaming, and hollering in week 4. Week 5 come around as a horse in a different color. But I will say this, the 49ers is a very good team. They are currently sitting 5-0. So who knows what's going to happen one of these days, and I hope it doesn't happen, but it will happen. One of these days, the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl.
God, if you let it in, hell!
It could happen. The Dallas Cowboys can win the Super Bowl. Who knows? They might even win this year. And if they win this year, them Dallas Cowboy fans are going to be absolutely unbearable. But hey, who knows? Who knows how it goes? I wish the Dallas Cowboys the best of luck, but then deep down inside, I do not. All right, that's enough with the football topics. Off of that, not too much really going on with football X's and O's. It's so funny, right? That my last episode, if you go back and watch, I said that I was tired of seeing Taylor Swift. And then Travis Kelsey got on and he said the same thing too. He's like, I think the NFL is like blowing it out of proportion of keep on playing, keep putting Taylor Swift. I said Taylor Swift in the headlines. And that is absolutely true. But God bless them because their couple, their relationship is going to be displayed in front of everybody to see, and they do not have a private relationship because of who they are, and that is very hard, and it's very tough. But I wish them the best of luck. Travis Kelsey is he's one of those. He's gonna go down as probably the greatest tight end in NFL history, and this is coming from other tight ends as well too. But off of that, hey man, H Town, there it is. If you're reading the bottom of the screen, baseball playoffs. Once again, I know that I'm late to the party. The baseball playoffs have already started, but I'm here in the city of the H. The Astros are in their seventh AL. Goddamn, how you say it? AL champion, the American championship game, the game before the big game. Okay, this is our seventh time going. This is our seventh time in it. And it's amazing how the Astros have evolved into the team that they are now. I'm not even going to lie to you when I say this, and I know that probably other cities and other states is watching, and they probably got something to say about 2017, yada 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 yada. But long story short, the Astros are just call a spade a spade. The Astros are the Golden State of baseball, plain and simple. That franchise has forever changed of what we used to be. Now back then we had the Roger Clemens, we had the Andy Pettis, we had the Berkmans, we had not Berkman, yeah, but one of them. I think it's Berkman, Biggio and Bagwell, the three B's and the bzzz and all that in the Enron Stadium at that time. It was named Enron. Long story short story long. We did go to the World Series, but we also lost against the Boston, the Chicago White Sox. That was back in '05, and we never touched the World Series or even came close to it since then. Now, I will say this, right? I go back a little further than that. They used to give away tickets to the Astro game. They used to give it away, like for free. Like if you walk into a business, they giving away those tickets, and they was in good seating. Good seats. This wasn't no nosebleeds. These was good seats. And back then we didn't have a metro rail. I'm giving everybody the synopsis about how it was in the city before the Astros started to win in that area, which is now known Minute Maid Park. Long story short, the vibe was not like how it is now. It is a fact. And we all love our Astros dating back into the Astrodome. And then some people, good Lord bless them with days, they're still here and they remember them from the Colt 45s. But I say all that to say this. Despite whatever differences that you have with the Astros, uh, with the 2017 World Series, which in reality they did not cheat in the World Series. They did not, get a heads up of what the pitcher was going to throw in the World Series. It was against the Yankees. It has already been proven of the banging on the trash cans. But I will say this. I say all that to say this. It's redemption hour. We redeemed ourselves last year when we won the World Series. Haters can hate, but the facts is the facts. Everyone that cheated or not is not there. Okay. So if you say Stringer cheated, well, Stringer wasn't with us last year. Say Carlos Correa cheated, Carlos Correa wasn't with us last year. You know, I'm gonna tell you guys a story, right, real quick. I don't think I never shared this online. Years ago, I used to work at a dealership. Uh, it was a little bit ways away from here, but it was still in the Houston area. Long story short, I'm working in this department called Make Ready, and we Make Ready is like where you get the cars from out off the trucks that came from the factory, and you get the cars ready for the customers for the customer, and you sell it off. Hence the name Make Ready. There was a guy salesman that came back there, right? He said, "Man, I need this truck to be ready. This customer's in the lobby and he's buying it cash, right?" So I'm getting the truck ready, yada, yada, yada. And then he tells me, he said, "Man, this guy right here, he's loaded. Basically, he has a lot of money." He say, he works for the Houston Astros. He's a scout. So the actual Houston Astro scout was at this particular dealership buying this particular truck. So I was like, man, that's cool. This is a guy that's a scout. And if you don't know what a scout is, it's a person that go out and they look for talent, whether it's through the draft or whether it's at a high school or whatever the case may have you. He told the salesman, he said that the Astros are going to suck for a very long time. But once they get it right, it is over for baseball, which meaning baseball belongs to the Houston Astros, which meaning they are going to win and continue to win. Now, that happened back in 2011. I remember that conversation, or 2012. Here it is, 2023. Look at it now. So I say all that to say this. Our scout team are the true unsung heroes of this baseball franchise. Now, they got other teams that have won while we was on our high. I think Boston, they won as well too. LA finally got them one, but we always was in the mix. We always went against these big bad teams that really was composed to stop us. The Yankees were supposed to be the ones to, you know, dethrone us. That didn't work. The Angels, God, they supposedly have two of the best guys in baseball, with Mike Trout and then forgot the pitcher's name. I'm doing a sports show and I can't remember his name, but I can't pronounce it really. But long story short, you know, they can't do anything with us. They can't do anything with us. And the Orioles was pretty good, and I believe that they out of the playoffs as well. The Braves had our number. Don't get me wrong, there's been teams that have beat us. The Nationals, they beat us in the World Series. The Braves, they beat us in the World Series as well. But in overall, There's no team in baseball that's messing with the Astros. That is a fact. I go into the comment section in Reddit. I follow a baseball trade page, and everyone is in fear of the Astros. It's bigger than Houston. Like we are the Golden States and the LeBron James. Like Jose Altuve is like the LeBron James. I know that's a little bit far of baseball because or Steph Curry because we make a way to win. And once again, you can talk about 2017 all you want, but we have a new GM, we have a new coach, we have new players, but we're still winning. So in reality, did the trash cans really make a difference? We haven't lost a step. We haven't. But all of the work, the real work, and I'm not saying that the athletes are not doing the real work, but the unsung heroes are the scouts. So this is a lesson to all the teams in their own respective league, baseball, basketball, football, whatever. It starts with the talent, with the draft and the prospects and everything that goes into that because that's how you build championships. It doesn't matter who is on the team. Where it does, but it matters who's going to come behind them because everybody has a moment where they're either going to get old or they're not producing enough yardage or points or however the game is dictated. The championships are made in the draft. Championships are groomed, and the Astros had to take a lot of losses in order to get to this point. Now, I talk about baseball playoffs. I just went straight on a rant with the Astros because, to be honest with you, that's the only team I follow in baseball. Do I think that the Astros are going to win the World Series? Yes, I do. Do I think the Rangers might beat us? No, I do not. Because we're going to find a way to win. You know, it's a Texas showdown. You got the Texas Rangers in Arlington, and then you got the Houston Astros in Houston. So man, it's gonna be a good series. I'm looking forward to watching it. I believe we play today. And I will make sure by the end of this show, I'm going to get that other angel name right. Because that is a complete embarrassment of my show. But hey, man, listen, I'm only doing what I can. Now, all right, let's move on to the NBA preseason that have started. I gotta take a deep breath, boy. Okay, let's be clear, right? I know it's the preseason, and I know that it's just the preseason, and I don't know why. I mean, just to see how it goes, and everybody wants to see how this person gels with that person. But I'm not gonna lie, Victor Wimiana, I said his name right. Kudos for me. Victor Wanyama. That guy's good. He's really good. I didn't believe. I really honestly didn't believe. Do I think he's going to be better than LeBron James? Hell no. Absolutely not. Do I think he's even going to come close to LeBron James? Man, got to keep playing. He got to keep playing. I don't think he'll be better than LeBron. No. He got to do a lot to even come close to being compared to a LeBron. But I think that's unfair to have, you know, will he be better than LeBron or will he be this like LeBron? Let the man be his own person. So I don't like that comparison that they tried to give him when he first started to come, you know, come into the league. But San Antonio got one. San Antonio got one. I really do believe that Coach Pop is going to be coaching for a long time. As long as he got Victor, he's going to be coaching for a long time. That guy is pretty good, and I know it's been like the second game of the preseason. But yeah, I wish the Rockets would have fought. But then it's the draft. It's a draft lottery, so it would have been. It just would have came up the chance of if we was gonna get Victor, this the draft works different than the NFL. But long story short story long, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. He looks NFL ready. I mean NFL, NBA ready. He really does. But on the other side, 4 hours up, Dylan Brooks. All right, Dylan Brooks. Now he got ejected in his first preseason game with the Rockets in the first debut with the Rockets. Do I think that that was necessary? No. Dylan Brooks is the star of the Houston Rockets. It's preseason. I guess you could say get it all out your system now before the real game start. But we'll see how that goes. When I first saw that, I was like, this nigga. this nigga. This nigga. This nigga. Man, come
You
on,
big
bro.
dummy.
I was man, that was and to be honest with you, I don't think he did it on purpose, but it's because it's Dylan Brooks. So if it's Dylan Brooks, then they automatically gonna go ahead on and just say, you know what I'm saying, you're out of here. So, well, long story short, man, I believe that the Rockets will be okay. Do I think that we're gonna get our division? I don't know because they're saying that team in San Antonio or something else, and then Dallas still got their team, and they still got Kyrie, and then they still got Baby Bird. Shouts out to Dallas, but yeah, we'll see. We will see. I will say this, man. I know I did say that Golden State probably would do it again, um, but we'll see. We'll just see. The NFL, keep saying damn NFL. NBA is getting younger by the day. They are getting younger. Teams are moving and teams are grooving, and everybody is at a fast pace. But LeBron is in his 20th some 20 something season. This man has been playing forever. It feels like uh, uh, the Lakers. I think if LeBron gets one more chip, he's gone. Now playing with his son would be different. I believe he's going to keep that promise, and and that'll happen. And I believe it is going to happen. But they're going to fight tooth and nail. Some franchises going to fight tooth and nail to get Bronny because Papa James is coming. But at that point, do I believe that LeBron is going to be able to push out a ring at that time when Bronny is in the league? I don't know. That's pretty hard to say. But I do honestly, truly, in my heart of hearts, that LeBron wants another ring. And LeBron is going to get another ring. Somehow, some way, he's going to get another ring. The Lakers look pretty good. Anthony Davis, they still got white chocolate. They got him there. Austin Reeves. I like Austin Reeves actually. He's a good two-way player. But oh man, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But do I see LeBron getting another ring? Yeah. Do I see him getting one this year? I don't know. Do not know. But the West is getting really, really back to their dominant side when they with the addition of Victor. If Victor is anything that they say he is, it's going to be a tough outing for everybody. San Antonio going to be back on top like they was in the 90s and early 2000s. Now, here we go. Here's a show. Here's a part of the show when I'm trying to add on. Once again, this is episode 3, so I'm still fresh and young, but I'm still doing my thing. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? And I'm going to tell you what's funny. You know what's funny? The funny part is in the NFL, I'm going back to the NFL. The 49ers might win the Super Bowl. That's funny. That's crazy. They might end up winning. I say all that to say this. If they win, that means Brock Purdy will probably become the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. I know Patrick Mahomes is, but is it true to say, and this is going to be bad to say, I don't give a damn. This is my show, but I'm going to say it anyway. If Brock Purdy, let's just say for the sake of argument, right? Because this, what's funny. Let's just say for the sake of argument that Brock Purdy, 49ers, and the Chiefs play each other again in the Super Bowl, but only this time, Brock and the 49ers win. Kyle Shanahan, they win. That's crazy. That would be very interesting. And the thing is, this dude was the last pick in the draft, like the very last pick in the draft. Like they had a jersey made for him, Mr. Irrelevant. And Mr. Irrelevant is 5-0 right now. That's funny. That's crazy. And I honestly, truly believe that they might end up winning a Super Bowl. I don't really see the Chiefs going back. I don't. Them 49ers are a monster. So wouldn't it be funny if this man wins, right? And become the highest paid quarterback. And he was the last pick in the draft. That's something interesting. That is something interesting to see, and it could happen. All right, so that's pretty much about it. I gave you guys 36 minutes of my life, and I hope that you enjoyed the show. Once again, this is episode 3 of Chasing Wins with Mike. I promise you I'm going to be more consistent, and I'm going to drop more episodes, and I'm going to get better over time. So if you have been watching me up to this point, thank you. If not, I appreciate it too. Hey man, consistency. That's all I could do. And yeah, man, I just wish everybody the best of luck. I hope everybody have fun out here. Enjoy your shows, and I hope all your respective teams win. Just hey man, the holiday season is around the corner, and you know, it's time to give back and enjoy the time that you're here with the people that you love. And yeah, and I'm gonna keep on doing this thing, and I'm gonna keep on pushing. I'm gonna have a little kinks and things I need to work on, but hey man, I will get better with time. Yada yada yada. Have a good Sunday night or Sunday day football, and I'll be seeing you guys later. I'm sorry, you've been tuned in with Chasing Wins with Mike, and I catch up with you when I catch up with you. Peace out.